Hello everyone, Dara White here, aka X1X underscore X1X on Full Tilt Poker. I made a similar video to this a couple of months ago now, and I posted it on YouTube. And I've just got myself some new software, screen recording software. I think I'll be able to show you here. Whoops. It's this BB Flashback Express. If you look for this on Google, it's a free software. Really good to use actually, seems quite good quality. But I figured I'd make the same sort of video here and just go over it. It's an aggressive sit and go bankroll management strategy that focuses on taking stabs at higher levels, but in a much more aggressive way, aggressive but controlled way than a normal sit and go strategy. When I first started out, I used the Chris Ferguson strategy of making sure I had 40 attempts at each of the buy-in levels that I wanted to play. But that's a little too timid for a lot of people, and especially your casual player, people that are just looking for a bit of fun. They're not too worried about conserving their bankroll and they want to take stabs at higher levels, which is fair enough. If you're a grinder, you definitely need to look after your bankroll more, but for a casual player, I understand it's just about the fun. So I was trying to design a strategy, and I got a lot of good feedback on YouTube about it. And there's a few guys, I've got a couple of success stories who I've done a bit of coaching with, and they're progressed. They used to, well, one of the guys was a play chip player. I gave him a little stake and he's now doing fairly well, he's got a positive ROI. And there was another guy that I was teaching, he was a $1 sit and go player, who he's now up to the $20 and the $30 sit and goes. And he used this strategy and it seemed to work well for him. The basic concept is picking a sit and go level that you're most comfortable at playing, and a level that you're not guaranteed, but the level that you're most likely to turn a steady profit at. For this example here, I've chosen the $5.50 sit and goes. So the idea would be to set aside $110, which gives you 20 attempts at playing $5.50 sit and goes. As you can see, 20 times $5.50 is $110. And the idea is to continue to play the $5.50 sit and goes until you can build your bankroll up to $220. The $220 gives you 10 attempts at playing the 10 plus 1 sit and goes. You can see here, for those not mathematically gifted, 10 times 11 is 110, and 20 times $5.50 is 110. Add them together is $220. And then the idea would be, if you can get into the $10 sit and goes and you're able to cash, continue to play the $10 sit and goes until you're able to build your bankroll up to $440. The $440 will give you 10 attempts at playing the 20 plus 2 sit and goes. So 10 times 22 is 220, and then the remaining 220 off of the 440 still leaves you with 10 attempts at the $11 sit and goes, and you can always fall back on your 20 times $5.50 sit and goes. But the most important thing is, if you're playing the $5 sit and goes and you're able to win over $220, and then you get your 10 attempts at playing the $10 sit and goes, if you fall back below $220, you have to move back to the $5 sit and goes. Yeah, it's nice to think that you're playing for more money, but you don't want to be risking too big a percentage of your bankroll. These 20 attempts here at the $5.50 sit and goes is basically your fallback point. You should only ever be risking the $110 that you're starting with. So no matter how high that you get up in the sit and go ladder, you'll only ever be risking this $110 here. You have to have the discipline to fall back if you're not able to cash in your 10 attempts at the next level. Don't feel that you've got to chase your losses around them. But we'll talk a bit more about that after I've covered the next couple of levels. So we talked about here, once you build up to 440, you can get 10 attempts at playing the $22 sit and goes. If that goes badly, you can always fall back on your $10 sit and your 10 attempts at the $10 sit and goes. And if that goes badly, you just fall back to your 20 attempts at the $5 sit and goes. If you're playing the $22 sit and goes and you're able to build your bankroll up to $770, the $770 gives you 10 attempts at playing the 30 plus 3 sit and goes. So 10 times 33 is 330, and then 770 take away 330 leaves you 440. So the 440 is made up of 10 attempts at 22 sit and goes, 10 attempts at 11 sit and goes, and 20 attempts at $5.50 sit and goes. You can see here, if at any time throughout your journey up the levels you fall below the minimum required to play at a certain level, you must, exclamation mark, drop back down to a level and continue to play at the level until you've built your bankroll back up to the amount required to play at the next level, if that makes sense. Big bold thing, this is the most important aspect of this strategy. You have to have the discipline to only play at a level that the structure says you should be playing at. You can see here, I've tried to do a bit of colour coordination. I hope it's not too confusing. This is the minimum amount required to play each of the different sit and go levels that we've got here. So you've got your $110 starting amount, which gives you 20 attempts at the $5.50 sit and goes, and then you can only start playing the $10 sit and goes when you've built your bankroll up to $220, which gives you the 10 attempts at $11 sit and goes. If that goes badly, just fall back on your 20 attempts at the $5.50 sit and goes. If you cash in the $10 sit and goes and you build your bankroll up to 440, you can start playing the $22 sit and goes. You can see here you've got 10 attempts at the $22 sit and goes. If that goes badly, fall back on your 10 attempts at the $11 sit and goes. If you start cashing again and you build your bankroll up to 440 again, you've got another 10 attempts at the $20 sit and goes. But if you fall back here and then you continue losing, you can always just fall back on your 20 attempts at the $5.50 sit and goes. To jump up to the $33 sit and goes, you need $770, which gives you 10 attempts at $33 sit and goes. You can always fall back on your 10 attempts at $22 sit and goes, etc, etc. So it's just a little bit, it's a far more aggressive structure than a lot of the strategy books would recommend. But I think this is best suited to your casual player, or even a grinder that's wanting to take a random shot at a higher level. If you've got a big bankroll, just set aside a certain amount required. You might say you've got $2,000 in your account. You could easily just take $440 and set it aside. Even though you can't physically have two bankrolls online, just either have a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet, and just keep track of your wins and losses, and it's fairly easy to see where your bankroll is sitting at, if that makes sense. But this is, as I say, it's a far more aggressive way of playing sit and goes than normal. But the couple of success stories I've had, it was maybe 2 or 3 months ago, maybe slightly longer than that, I posted this video on YouTube, or a similar video on YouTube. And there's one guy, as I say, the play chip player, who I gave him a little stake. I'm not going to stake anyone else, so I knew the guy before, so don't ask me for any money, please. I've got enough people asking me for money. I gave him a little stake. He was a play chip player. He was a winning play chip player, and he's now up playing. He's got a nice positive ROI. I'll not give away his name. I don't know if I'll maybe ask him permission, and I'll see if I can post his link to his ROI. But he's a winning player now. And there was the $1 sit and go player, who, after seeing this video, I gave him a bit of coaching. It's just some general sit and go strategy, and he's now up playing $10, $20, $30 sit and goes. And again, he's a winning player. So I hope this has been a bit of use. Can be a fun little journey for you. As I say, if you start with the $110 and you go on a nice little run, within 2, 3, 4 months you can be up playing $50, $100 sit and goes. It doesn't take long to jump from $110 to $220 if you're running well on the sit and goes. So if there's any feedback, or if you've got any suggestions on how to improve the strategy, or if there's any different formats, just add a comment in the forums that PokerTube's got here. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm going to try and make a few more sit and go strategy videos. I'm maybe not the best at communicating what I think. I'm not one of these mathematical players, or one of these players that worries about ICM and stuff like this too much. I'm more of a field player, but if you look for me, my screen name there, it's x1x_x1x. I've got quite a healthy ROI over a decent sample on Shark Scope. I dabble in MTPs, and I don't do too badly in them as well, so I'm not the greatest player in the world, but I'd like to think I knew a little bit about what I was speaking about. So I look forward to hearing any feedback that you've got. As I say, I hope this has been a little bit useful for you. My aggressive sit and go bankroll management strategy.